Hello, my magnificent and radiant Leo souls, and welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom. I am your guide on this journey into the heart of your own divine light. And today, we must illuminate a shadow that has been lurking at the edges of your kingdom. A truth your noble heart may have felt, but your generous spirit has been hesitant to name. Have you ever stood in your own glorious light, sharing your warmth and joy, only to catch a flicker in someone's eyes? Not a reflection of your radiance, but a cold spark of something else entirely. A secret wish, not just to see you fail, but to see your very throne usurped and your light extinguished. There are no spoken threats, no overt curses, just the chilling energy of envy, cloaked in the familiar guise of a friend, a lover, or a confidant. This, my dear Leo, is not a message to inspire fear. Oh no, a true lion fears nothing. This is a divine summons from your spirit guides, an urgent call to awareness. Because the one who secretly covets your crown, the one who wishes to see you fall from grace, is very likely someone you once welcomed into the heart of your kingdom, someone you showered with your legendary generosity and unwavering loyalty. In the sacred time we share together now, we will pull back the velvet curtain on a hidden dynamic of power and envy. We will explore a karmic cycle that is demanding its final dramatic act. And we will reveal the golden opportunity you now have to reclaim your scepter, polish your crown, and rule your life with an even greater wisdom and authority. But before we embark on this royal quest, I want you to tune into your own magnificent heart. Have you ever sensed that someone in your inner circle was not truly celebrating your victories, but secretly competing with you for the spotlight? If your soul is roaring a powerful yes, then I invite you to claim your sovereignty with our Cosmic Wisdom family. Go to the comments below and declare with all your strength, I am the sovereign of my soul. And if you have not yet joined our pride, please honor us by pressing that subscribe button. We would love to have you here for all the cosmic revelations to come. Now, let the court come to order. The truth awaits. You know, my beautiful Leo, your very essence is a gift to this world. You are ruled by the sun itself, the center of our solar system, the source of all warmth, life, and creative vitality. It is your very nature to shine, to lead, to inspire, and to love with a heart that is as vast and as generous as the star that guides you. When you walk into a room, the energy shifts. You don't have to seek the spotlight. The spotlight naturally finds you. This radiance is your divine birthright. It is a magnetic, life-affirming force that naturally draws people in. They want to be near your warmth, to be touched by your confidence, to be a part of the vibrant world you create around you. And your generous heart, in its boundless nobility, welcomes them. You share your light freely, believing that everyone deserves to feel its warmth. But here, my majestic friend, lies the tragic flaw in a fallen kingdom. Not everyone who is drawn to your light has pure intentions. Some are not coming to celebrate the sun. They are coming to study it, to figure out how they can siphon its power for themselves. They see your effortless radiance not as an inspiration, but as a resource to be exploited, or worse, a standard against which they feel their own inadequacy. Have you ever felt this? That strange, draining sensation after being with a certain person? You enter the conversation, feeling vibrant, creative, and full of life, and you leave feeling depleted, dimmed, as if your inner fire has been turned down from a magnificent roar to a mere flicker. That, my friend, is not your imagination. That is the signature of an energy vampire. a shadow that is trying to feed on your light because it cannot generate its own. Think of your life as a grand stage. You are the star of the show, not out of ego, but because that is your soul's role. You were born to perform, to create, to express your magnificent self. You build a beautiful production, and you generously give roles to those you love, inviting them to share the stage with you. But some actors don't want a supporting role. They secretly covet the lead. They smile at you from the wings, but they are memorizing your lines, studying your blocking, and waiting for you to slip so they can steal your spotlight. They will never admit this, of course. They will be the first to applaud you. But listen closely to the sound of their applause. Is it genuine, heartfelt celebration? Or does it have a hollow, perfunctory ring to it? Does their praise lift you higher? Or does it feel like a subtle transaction, a performance of support that comes with unspoken expectations? Your intuition, that deep, instinctual knowing in your lion heart, feels the difference. But your pride, that noble Leo pride, can sometimes get in the way. You don't want to admit you made a poor casting choice. You don't want to believe that someone you showered with your loyalty could be so treacherous. So, you override the feeling. You tell yourself you're being overly dramatic or too sensitive. I am here today, as a messenger for your guides, to tell you, trust the feeling. The stage of your life is sacred ground, and it is time to revoke the backstage pass from anyone who is not there to genuinely support the show. And now, we must delve deeper into the identity of this shadow actor. Why have they turned against their king or queen? The reason is a tale as old as time, a story of light and the shadows it inevitably casts. Stay with me, because understanding their motive is not about them. It is about you reclaiming your divine right to rule your own magnificent life without apology. The soul who is secretly working against you is rarely a stranger or a declared foe. The declared enemy is easy. You see them coming, you raise your shield, you let out a warning roar. No, the most insidious threat to your kingdom comes from within the court itself. It is the trusted advisor, the beloved consort, the favored friend, the one who stood closest to the throne. Why this heartbreaking betrayal? It all comes down to one of the most fundamental laws of energy. Light creates shadow. The brighter your sun shines, the darker and more defined the shadows of those around you become. Think back to when this connection began. Perhaps they were drawn to you when you were both starting out. They loved your potential, your charisma, your warmth. They became your biggest fan, your most ardent supporter. In your light, they felt seen. They felt important. They became a planet orbiting your sun. And for a time, the dynamic worked. They basked in your reflected glory, and you, in your generosity, were happy to share it. But then, you did what Leos are destined to do. You grew, your light intensified, you achieved new levels of success, found deeper sources of self-love, and began to radiate with a power that was no longer dependent on anyone's applause. You became more fully and unapologetically you. And for the soul who has not tended to their own inner fire, your growth feels like a personal attack. Your expanding radiance doesn't warm them anymore. It scorches them. It illuminates all of their own insecurities, their own unrealized dreams, their own lack of inner light. They look at your brilliance, and instead of being inspired, they are consumed by a bitter and corrosive envy. They don't want you dead, literally, but they desperately want the old dynamic back. They want you to need their applause again. They want you to be a slightly smaller more manageable version of yourself, one that doesn't make them feel so insignificant in comparison. So they begin a subtle campaign of sabotage. They offer backhanded compliments. They downplay your victories. They forget to mention your name in rooms of opportunity. They subtly plant seeds of doubt in your mind, all in a desperate attempt to dim your light back down to a level they can tolerate. Have you felt the sting of this? The confusion of being subtly undermined by someone who claims to love you? If this is striking a chord deep within your royal heart, I want you to take a powerful, centering breath and make this decree to the universe. You can say it aloud or write it with fiery intention. My light will not be diminished. You were not born to be a nightlight, my friend. You were born to be the sun. And if your radiance makes someone uncomfortable, that is a reflection of their inner darkness, not a flaw in your brilliance. The members of your true soul tribe will not ask you to shine less brightly. They will bring their own sunglasses and celebrate your magnificent glow. I know this revelation can feel like a dagger to your loyal heart. The idea that your success could be the very thing that triggers such envy in a loved one is a profound betrayal. But seeing this truth is the first step toward true freedom. It is the moment you stop allowing traitors to sit on your royal council. It is the moment you choose the integrity of your kingdom over the illusion of a peaceful court. This brings us to a topic that can be very challenging for your generous nature: forgiveness. Because your spirit guides are urging you to understand that in this karmic drama, forgiveness without discernment is not grace, it is abdication. And in our next chapter, we will explore why protecting your throne is the most spiritually aligned act you can perform right now. My magnificent Leo, your capacity for forgiveness is as legendary as your generosity. When someone you love makes a mistake, your first instinct is to pardon them, to welcome them back into the warmth of your heart, to believe in their potential for change. This is a testament to your noble spirit. However, the universe is now presenting you with a masterclass in royal wisdom. And the lesson is this: grace is not naivete. A wise ruler must be able to distinguish between a loyal subject who has stumbled and a traitor who is merely feigning remorse to regain a position of influence. To forgive someone who has actively and secretly worked to undermine you before they have done the deep, soul-level work of facing their own shadows is to hand them back the very dagger they used to stab you in the back. It teaches them a dangerous lesson: that the throne is unprotected, that the ruler is easily swayed, and that there are no real consequences for treason within your kingdom. How many times have you accepted an apology that was followed by the exact same behavior? How many times have you allowed your big heart to overrule the clear evidence that was presented to your wise mind? Each time you do this, you weaken the energetic boundaries of your own kingdom. You are, in essence, telling the universe, my sovereignty is conditional. My well-being is less important than keeping the peace. It is okay to disrespect the crown. Let us be clear. This is not about holding a grudge or hardening your heart. A closed heart serves no one. This is about elevating your understanding of what forgiveness truly means. True forgiveness is an internal process. It is you releasing the energetic charge of anger and resentment so that it no longer poisons your own system. You can absolutely forgive them within the sanctity of your own heart for your own freedom. But forgiveness does not automatically mean reconciliation. It does not mean granting them renewed access to your throne room. You can wish them well from the highest tower of your castle, but you do not allow them back inside the gates. That is the boundary. That is the wisdom. That is the mark of a truly powerful and self-loving ruler. If you are struggling with this, if your loyalty is at war with your intuition, ask yourself this royal question. Is their presence in my life expanding my kingdom of joy, creativity, and light? Or is it forcing me to constantly be on guard, defending my own borders from within? Your soul knows the truth. Trust its counsel above all others. This is not about being cold or unforgiving. This is about being discerning. This is about understanding that your energy, your time, and your radiant heart are your kingdom's most precious resources, and you, as its sovereign, have a sacred duty to protect them from all enemies, both foreign and domestic. By setting this powerful boundary, you are not just saving yourself, you are giving that other soul the only chance they have for genuine growth. By removing the sun they were trying to siphon, you force them to confront their own darkness and, perhaps for the first time, begin the arduous task of trying to build their own inner fire. It is a severe mercy, but it is a mercy nonetheless. So, if you are ready to rule with this newfound wisdom, I invite you to make this powerful affirmation. I guard my kingdom with wisdom and love. This is your declaration of spiritual sovereignty, and it is the signal to the cosmos that you are ready for the incredible blessings that can only come when your kingdom is secure. And how do you know? With absolute certainty that this is the cosmic will. You listen to the royal decrees being issued by the universe itself, the signs and omens that are appearing with increasing frequency. And that, my majestic friend, is the sacred script we must learn to read. Next. The universe, my radiant Leo, is in constant communication with you. It doesn't send raven-born scrolls or royal proclamations. It speaks in a more subtle, yet infinitely more powerful language, the language of synchronicity, symbols, and gut feelings. As a child of the sun, you are uniquely attuned to these messages of light. The only question is whether you are paying attention. Let's begin with your creative fire. Your creativity is the very essence of your soul's expression. When you are aligned and in your power, ideas flow, inspiration strikes, and you feel an unstoppable urge to create, to perform, to share your gifts. Have you noticed that after interacting with this specific person, your creative well feels dry? Suddenly, that brilliant project feels daunting, your passion feels muted, your inner fire seems to have been dampened. This is a primary and critical sign. It is your soul's check engine light, warning you that this connection is siphoning your vital, creative life force. Now let's talk about the omens in the physical world. Have you been seeing images of lions, crowns, or suns in unexpected places right after a confusing or draining encounter? This is not a coincidence. This is your spiritual court, your guides and ancestors, reminding you of who you are. They are holding up a mirror to your royal nature, urging you to remember your power and act from that place of sovereignty, not from a place of doubt. What about repeating numbers? The universe loves to use numbers to get our attention. Are you seeing 111 or 1111? This is a powerful sign of manifestation and a call to align your thoughts with your desires. In this context, it's a cosmic command. Focus on your own kingdom, on your own creations. What you focus on now will manifest rapidly. Do not waste this potent energy focusing on this draining connection. Are you seeing 555? This is the number of major, positive change. It is the universe telling you that this shift, this difficult decision to set a boundary, is the catalyst for a magnificent new chapter. And then there is your own body's wisdom. Your body is a sacred vessel, and it cannot lie. How does your body feel when you are about to meet this person? Does your heart feel open and expansive, or does your solar plexus, your center of power, tighten? Do you feel a sense of excitement or a subtle, inexplicable dread? Do you stand taller, or do you unconsciously shrink? Your body is the most honest oracle you will ever have. It is time to listen to its wisdom. My majestic Leo, you do not need a committee to approve your feelings. You do not need external validation for your intuition. Your connection to your own inner truth is your scepter of power. To ignore it is to willingly hand over your power to another. You have graduated from that lesson. The universe is now inviting you to step into your master's degree program in self-sovereignty. If you continue to ignore these signs, to rationalize away these feelings, you risk remaining in a karmic holding pattern. You will be forced to relearn the lesson of betrayal and discernment, likely with even higher stakes. The universe is holding open the castle gates for you to make a royal exit from this dynamic. It is a grand, strategic retreat that will lead to your ultimate victory. You must have the courage to march through. And what lies on the other side of those gates? What happens when you finally banish the traitor from the court and secure your kingdom? That, my friend, is when you get to witness the flawless, impartial, and magnificent justice of the cosmos. And it is a sight to behold. Here is the most empowering truth you will receive on your journey today. Your greatest act of power is to do nothing at all to them. Let me repeat that. Your victory lies not in action against them, but in devoted action towards yourself. You do not need to expose them. You do not need to orchestrate their downfall. You do not need to write a grand speech proving your righteousness. Your only royal duty now is to turn your full, undivided, solar-powered attention back onto your own glorious life. You focus on your passions, you nurture your creations, you celebrate your victories, and you tend to the joy and peace within your own kingdom. You become so blindingly, brilliantly occupied with your own radiance that you simply forget they exist. And then the beautiful, immutable law of karma takes the stage. Karma is not a vengeful god, it is a cosmic balancing act. The envious, draining, and manipulative energy they projected at you, once it no longer has you as its target, boomerangs back to its source with breathtaking precision. They who tried to dim your light will find their own world growing darker. They who coveted your spotlight will find themselves in a profound and lonely shadow. Life will begin to mirror their own treachery back to them, and they will be forced to confront the very emptiness they were trying to escape by clinging to you. And here is the mark of your true evolution, my dear Leo. When you hear news of their struggles, you will not feel the triumphant roar you might expect. Instead, if you have truly healed, you will feel a serene, detached peace. Your heart will be too full of its own joy to have room for schadenfreude. Your victory is not their suffering. Your victory is that their existence has become completely irrelevant to your happiness. You once believed their apology would be your healing. You longed for the day they would bend the knee and admit their fault. But the true moment of healing, the real coronation day for your soul, is the day you realize you don't need their validation to be whole. Your closure is not their confession. Your closure is your own renewed and unapologetic shine. You have poured out your last drop of generosity on undeserving soil. You have waited for your last hollow compliment. You are no longer an actor in their petty drama. You are the writer, director, and star of your own magnificent epic. And so, as we draw the curtains on our time together, I want you to sit in the throne room of your own heart and feel the immense power of this moment. You have been tested, and you have not broken. You have faced betrayal, and you have chosen integrity. You have felt the chill of shadow, and you have chosen to become your own sun. You are the heart of the lion, the fire of creation, the embodiment of sovereign love. From this day forward, rule your life from this place of unshakable truth. Love with your magnificent, generous heart, but guard it with royal wisdom. Welcome others to your stage, but never, ever again allow anyone to dim your spotlight. Thank you, my radiant Leo friends, for gracing me with your powerful presence today. Your willingness to face this truth is the ultimate mark of your courage. May you always remember the crown you wear, the kingdom you rule, and the magnificent, unquenchable light that you are. I would be so deeply honored to hear which part of this royal decree resonated most with your soul. Please share your wisdom and experiences in the comments below. Your story could be the beacon that guides another lion home. To continue your sacred journey of empowerment, you can tap or click on one of the Cosmic Wisdom videos now appearing on your screen. The universe has so much more to share with you. Until we meet again, go forth and reign. Your time is now.